Hello, pre-calculus class. My name is Levi, and I had the idea of sort of doing a online video tutorial on, or not even tutorial, just sort of lessons on how to do some of these problems in our homework. And I'm going to be starting with the chapter 7, section 3. And I want to do these because I want to help other people with math, and this is a good way for me to do it, I think. And also, the best way to learn something is to have to teach it yourself. And so hopefully by doing these, I'll also gain a better understanding of math as I go through this. I thought it would be a good idea to start with chapter 7, since we're not covering all of chapter 7. A lot of it's trig stuff. We should know most of it coming out of trig from last semester. Although I do know that I don't have the best understanding of trig. I can do it, but I just figured if there's anybody else out there in the class like me, maybe I could help them out a little bit starting here, and then as we move forward, maybe this will be a good way for everybody to make sure we're all doing things right and on the same page as where we ought to be in the class. So I guess we're going to start with the first problem from our homework set on 7.3. And in this question, we're given this graph here, and it goes. We're given this domain from negative 1,260 degrees all the way to 1,260 degrees, and we're also given this line here, where all the minimums on the graph seem to come to, which is at y equals negative 10, and we're also given this place on the graph that looks like it sort of cuts right through the middle of this graph. Now, on mine, this is my first time doing this, and I'm not a good graph drawer, so pretend that this negative 3 looks like it does cut right through the middle of the graph, because in the book it does look that way, but when I'm drawing on this whiteboard that I'm having to bend over to write on because I'm super tall, it doesn't really look that way. It doesn't come out so well. But we're asked to find the midline and the amplitude. Well, if we look in the book, it's easy. The midline is actually given to us at y equals negative 3. So we can tell by looking in the book, and I'll actually, just so that we can get all on the same page. Let me bring this line up just a little bit so it looks better. This is now negative 3. So it looks almost like this dissects the graph, right? Or that's bad language. It almost looks like it sort of cuts this graph in half. And so it's the same distance up to the maximums as it is to the minimums. So we can say that the midline is y equals negative 3. So we have the midline, and we also have the line at which all the minimums touch the troughs of this function, of this graph. So we know that an amplitude, and I'm going to do this in green so that we know what we're doing over here. So amplitude is equal to, we're going to say, the absolute value of the max or minimum minus I'm going to bring this over here now, just because I ran out of room over here. That's why I want a bigger whiteboard. Minus the absolute value of the midline. Right? So we have we have a minimum and we have a midline. So let's see, amplitude is equal to the absolute value of -10 minus the absolute value of -3. And this is sort of getting mixed up. So that's our amplitude. And so the absolute value of 10 is 10. The absolute value of 3 is 3. So 10 minus 3 equals 7. Elementary math. So our amplitude is 7 units. And this is easy. You could do this a lot quicker than I did it just by looking at the graph and saying, oh, well, you know, that cuts the graph in half, so midline at y equals -3. And, oh, well, this is touching all the troughs of the graph, so the minimums all have a y value of -10, so 10 minus 3 is 7. You don't have to think of it in formula terms, or in, you know, how do we get there, but it's, you know, it's helpful for me to do that, and just with everything I do in math, just because that way I have a very precise way of getting somewhere. So these are our answers for problem number 3. As I keep doing these videos, I will try to move away from this cramped whiteboard because there's only so much you can do and it's hard for me to do anything on it. I will try to do it on my homework spiral. If I can get my camera to look at it right and focus in on it and not, you know, come in upside down, because I have done this problem before originally, but the way I had my camera recording, it ended up being upside down, and I don't want to mess with any computer software to fix that because I just don't have time to do that. It's time for that anyway, and so I'll try to be going, but I will try to find a way to get that to work so it's just easier to see what's going on the paper. Or I have access during the weekends to a whiteboard that's probably 5 times as big as this in a classroom at a school down the road from me, and so I'll try to be going between the paper and a bigger whiteboard so that this isn't so cramped up. As you can see here, it's really hard to explain my thought process on here and explain what's going on in the problem on such a small space. Eventually I'm just going to have to keep erasing things if I keep using this, so I'll use this for simple problems. But you know, in the future, expect more room so that I can show you more clearly what's going on everywhere. And you know, so you've seen how I've done this with one video, and I have more up already. So I should have, by the time this is posted, I should have all of 7.3 homework problems already posted along with this. If you have any comments, recommendations, you know, it's like anything you think I should do, anything you think I shouldn't do, you know, feel free to email me, leave a comment somewhere, or approach me during class. If you see me during class, you know, I'm the tallest guy in that class. So as soon as I stand up, you're gonna be like, "That's him." And you can just feel free to approach me. I don't bite. I won't yell at you. Just, you know, like, hey, you know, I like how you're doing this. Hey, I don't like how you're doing this. Hey, keep it up. Hey, quit it. I mean, if you think, honestly, if you think this is a waste of my time, come and let me know. And just because I don't want to be wasting y'all's time with all these video updates or anything like that. So, but yeah, just let me know, give me some feedback, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in class. Good luck to everybody.